How are you all? I'm back with another crypto report. There's a lot to talk about. That being said, let's start with Robert Kiyosaki's very bold statement that Bitcoin will be worth $350,000 by August 25th, 2024, in the next few months. A lot of big names in the area are making big predictions. It would just surprise me a lot to see 350K in that short of time. Will we be able to get to that level again? I'm not sure if it draws that fast, though. In past videos, I talked about how I think Bitcoin will go well over 100,000 at this point in the cycle, but we need to see the momentum actually rise first. For approval and money to come in, we need to see it. So we need something to take place. So I looked at the Bitcoin price chart earlier and saw that the monthly and weekly RSI were both above 58,000 until we see the first big move. Also remember the last cycle in December 2020, around December 14th or even December 28th, when the market cap exploded and Bitcoin lost its top spot. This was Bitcoin's first big move. At this point, the fear and greed measure was over 90, which means we're still not there. For me, at least when I look at the alt market in totals 2 and 3, I think that interest and mood are almost at very low levels, which is interesting. Kiyosaki basically says that he's sure Bitcoin will reach $350,000 sometime in 2024. It's just a goal, a dream, or a wish, and was mostly interested in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. Why am I so sure of myself? Is it because I know a lot about Solana, Ethereum, and Bitcoin? No, is my answer. What I'm sure of is that our leaders are not good at what they do. The Fed chair, the president, and the Secretary of the Treasury. I will also talk about Ralph Howell's liquidity measure again. It's safe to bet on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana right now, I know that. Of course, I feel bad about not getting a 20x for alts like Solana, now that I know I could have. I bought and sold with DCA bots, but I could have made a lot more. I'm not really interested in it with big stocks, though, even now. I can see that a lot of other people are. I get it, if you're a Solana bull. That's a good sign that the trend is very strong. A lot of other investments are farther from their final price than this one. The chance of a spot ETF for Solana, among other things. The market value is also a lot less than ETH. In other words, if ETH really does work, Solana might have a better ROI. I'm just more interested in other assets because I think their market caps will grow over time, even if they are smaller now. But the game is to hold a lot of different assets and hope that some of them perform well at different times in the cycle. Ideally, you want some assets to move first and others to move later. As always, don't believe everything you read until Bitcoin makes its first big move. It's just noise. I want to see that formal confirmation. As long as we stay above the 8-month EMA, which is around $58,000, I will also keep an eye on Rao's total liquidity rate for Bitcoin, which shows amounts like $230, $400 K, $280 K, $200 K, $200 K, and so on. Everyone I talk to seems to only suggest Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana as the top 5 assets. I get it, big names aren't going to talk about small companies. Of course, they don't want to take a chance. I just think that there will be assets that do this cycle better than Solana, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. Next, I'd like to show a short clip of Brad Garlinghouse from last week on Fox Business. You said it was going to happen, not just for XRP, but also for Solana and Cardano, etc. When it comes to XRP, the SEC has tried to take you to court. Do you not believe that Gensler and his team might say no way to that one? It seems like a tough case to win. I mean, do they really make things hard? Many people have had a hard time because of them and then they lost in court. At the consensus meeting in Austin last week, I said that people don't want to be exposed to just one commodity. That is, if you are exposed to gold, you might also want to be exposed to silver, as long as you have exposure to other goods. So, it makes sense to me. You desire not to have just one threaded object open to attack. Also, I think people forget that XRP was the second most valuable digital asset not long ago, before the SEC got involved. That was before the SEC gave ETH some kind of honor. Then they couldn't say if ETH was a security or not. They have now agreed to the ETF. So I thought that was interesting. As always, thanks to Good Morning Crypto for letting me share these videos. Next, Ripple teamed up with Clear Junction yesterday to make it easier to send money between the UK and the EU. That's why Clear Junction is the world leader in helping controlled institutions make payments across borders. As part of the agreement, Clear Junction will help Ripple's payments customers get instant and safe payouts in pounds and euros. Ripple users will be able to use a lot of new currencies by the end of the year. So they could support all of their use cases, such as payouts in different currencies, like the pound and the euro for clients moving money to the UK and the EU. The Financial Conduct Authority (FCA) of the UK told the public a while ago that XRP is not an investment. As more proof of its commitment to operational security, Clear Junction got ISO 27001 certification, which is the highest global data security standard a business can obtain. We'll keep an eye on this. They said this is the start of their working together. We can see that Ripple has pale capabilities and serves customers in over 55 countries on 6 continents. These over 80 markets make up more than 90% of the world foreign exchange market, which is $5 to $6 trillion every day. Since this is normal for them, their payouts are big, but we need to see some traffic. We had Misari send out the state of the xrp Ledger Q1 report in case anyone missed it. Like the Hedera study, this has a lot of useful information. There are a lot of good measures. We have some important things for Casper. Anthony Scaramucci of Skybridge Capital also talked about Casper Labs and IBM's Prove AI, which is about to start. There was the Actus Research Conference, which was paid for by Casper, and the introduction of Prove AI at the IBM Think event. Casper is now live on Coinstore, which is an Asian cryptocurrency market. We have the ODRA framework and the Casper testing framework fondant. At the ZK Proof event in Berlin, Mark Greenslade from Casper's Research and Development talked about ZK Actus, or Zero Knowledge Actus, as a way to make financial contracts that can be checked. ZK tests and technology are going to be very popular. If you want to check this out, there is a full 15-minute practice. Different. Free stuff. All I really want is more information and documents about Casper 2.0 or the Condor upgrade. To put it another way, the Casper system will work very differently in the future. So I'm looking forward to the gas mechanism and the function that gets rid of fees. I want to understand it very well. Businesses need to lock up a certain amount of Casper for a certain amount of time in order to do business on the Casper network. That Casper is then given back to you. On the other hand, you need to get more Casper as the app grows and handles more deals. If you've ever listened to Metaparlakar, you know that she's very smart when she talks about the gas market. I think we talked about the gas market on the recent developer call I shared. I think his name was Matt Doty or something. The idea is that this can really raise the amount of Casper that's needed, which can also help keep the network safe from spam and DDoS attacks. I also think they're trying to find the best balance between safety and ease of use. When Casper 2.0 comes out and combines accounts and contracts, among other things, it will be much better than Ethereum 3.0, which is still a long way off. So I believe in Casper, its promise, its relationships, and the new uses for Actus and Prove.ai, but this new gas model needs to be put into use on the mainnet first. The idea is that this would make a lot more people want to buy Casper tokens. A lot of people are going to think about this. Some people will say, oh, it doesn't need Casper. These people have not read the instructions. They haven't seen the videos yet. For deals, it needs Casper. What excites me about this is that I like HBAR, but even Casper has 1 billion transactions on its mainnet compared to HBAR's 1 billion transactions, which is killing it. There would be a huge market for the token. Most of these transactions happen on Hedera's mainnet or consensus service, which needs HBAR, but only for very small amounts. When we get real applications on Casper, they will be huge. That's the bet I'm making. So we're just waiting for the price to move. As time goes on, I know that people will feel worse, but I also know that things can change very quickly, especially since each cycle's Bitcoin dominance crash leads to alt season. Okay, we'll talk about a lot of them in longer films. We have a few more things to do. Today is the last day of my fast, day 5. It's not as hard as a standard fast because it's a prolon fast. I know I've done this before, but man, I'm getting hungry and a little tired. We have Hashpack here. The pack. Token will be listed on Gate.io, which is one of the biggest tier 1 markets in the world and handles over $3 billion every day. I put a lot of faith in Hedera because I think that pack will do really well when HBAR does well. So the market cap is about $10 million right now. In the future, they will add the correct market cap and the present circulating supply to CoinMarketCap and